I'm MB Deans. I grew up in rural New Jersey in the 50s and 60s when girls were supposed to be good little girls and know their place. I was not a very good little girl. I had the great good fortune to work in a company that was founded, it was part of the dot-com run-up, but it was consciously founded and built with equality in mind. And no matter which way you slice the company, half the employees were women, at any level, at any rank, in any job. And it was a wonderful experience because you learned a lot about how other people thought. So we were designing software, the women had input into how the user interface was going to look, and it was a much better user interface. We just made an effort to make it a company that everybody would be comfortable working in. This was in 1999 on the dot-com run-up. And there weren't the talent challenges that there are today, so it's beyond me why more companies aren't doing this today, because the job market is out there and they don't have enough people. We just made it a rule to treat everybody well. We had a gay man who happened to be our receptionist. He was a very good receptionist, he was fabulous. He happened to be transgender. He would come in occasionally in drag. And what I would do is when I was interviewing people, I would deliberately go out and ask him, how did they treat you? And one guy I did not hire because he didn't treat Darcy well. And Darcy was as important to that company as anybody else up to the CEO. But the cool thing about that was the CEO felt the same way. So, and I remember this guy calling me up and saying, why didn't you hire me? I was so qualified. I said, I'll tell you why I didn't hire you. I didn't hire you because you didn't treat the reception, because I heard about what you did to the receptionist. I'm not hiring you. I don't want to work with somebody like you. Well, you have to hire me. I'm the most qualified person. No, actually, I don't. I would hire people that were not particularly good programmers, but they were curious and they were smart and they wanted to learn and they wanted to work on the team. And you know what? They ended up being fabulous. They were fabulous. Where did you find these programmers? They're not programmers. They're just really smart people. They want to come work with us. That's how you build a diverse team. You know, look for the curiosity, look for the energy, look for the people that have the right interest and talents for what you need to have done. So whether they're a really good salesperson or a really good programmer, or really good, I don't know, fill in the blank, program manager, you know, you look for those traits and characteristics. That's what you're looking for. What women can take away from this is, let me tell you a story. I was in a car recently, going with a team, going to a client site for a visit. We were developing a website for a client. There were two women in the car. I was one of them. There were two young men in the car. And one of the men in the car leaned around and looked at me and said, gee, isn't it great we have the Me Too movement? Things have gotten so much better. And the other woman kind of did a body block to hold me back because I had to say it hasn't gotten that much better. It has gotten better. It's not where it was in the 70s and 80s when I went to work. It has improved, but it hasn't gotten that much better. And I think women really have to sit down and focus on what's important to them and just not take other people's crap. So I think women have to develop, to some extent, a thick skin, but not that thick a skin. I think we need to stand up. We need to stand up for each other. We need to stand up for ourselves. We need to stop worrying about, am I being a good little girl? Am I being aggressive or am I being assertive? If somebody treats you badly, call them out on it. But I think the other side of it too is stay open and stay curious, because at the root, we are all human beings. I don't care what the outside of you looks like. We're all human beings. So I do think it's incumbent on all of us to stand up and say, I'm not taking this anymore. You don't get to treat me that way. You get to treat that person that way. You can't treat him or her or them, or you can't do that. I don't accept it. But what each of us can say is say, I will not tolerate that. I will not accept that. And that, in fact, will build up. And over time, it will be like, it may seem like a little tiny grain of sand, but over time, grains of sand make a beautiful, beautiful beach.